All right. I don't know what I was doing with that start today. Woo, it was a little rocky. Anyway, welcome. Today we're going to talk about a really cool tool that I use all the time for my broadcasts to spice up my video. But before that, before I introduce you that tool, which free 30-day trial, by the way. That's right, people. Before we talk about that, let's talk about this. Hey, my name is RJ Redden. If you don't know me already, entrepreneurs hire me to skyrocket their marketing because most feel like they're shouting into a black hole, or they have a terrible time getting traction online because many people just sound like a carbon copy of everybody else. They just copy what everybody else is doing, and it doesn't work very well for them. So I create epic engagement experiences that get people to click that button, connect with you, and convert like crazy. Bottom line, I am on a mission to get 1 million people to change their marketing. And today we're going to start with you. So, my friends, I just want to introduce you to a little tool today. But before that, I do want to kind of talk about why it's needed. Why is it a big deal? I mean, do I have to pimp out the show? Really, RJ? I know. I'm a geek. I like to pimp things out, and I've been given the ability to do that. And not everybody has to do what I do. Honestly, you're all right. You don't have to be all geeked up about it. But I'll tell you why things like sound effects and music are important. It's important because it makes you stand out from the crowd. A lot of people, just like I was talking about in the intro, a lot of people do kind of that thing in marketing where they throw some spaghetti at the wall, see what happens. It's not yes, you have to pimp out the show. Justin James, everybody. Justin James, if you don't know Justin, he is an incredible video person and a wonderful human being. Get to know that guy. Anyway. So, there are reasons for pimping out the show, but here's some reasons to add some sound effects. It's because a lot of times when people are just kind of trying stuff and they haven't gotten to the point of having it professionally produced, they just sort of throw some spaghetti at the wall and see if it sticks. Now, the problem with that is that it's kind of low effort. And you can make your show stand out from being a low effort show to a more higher level show, a more high effort show, and polish it by just adding a few sound effects here and there. Maybe a little piece of music every once in a while, like this. I just love it so much. It sort of sounds ninja-y. Kinda. And it's good transition music. I've also got other little sound effects, drum rolls, grasshoppers. Who could forget the ta-da? Everybody loves that. And it's helpful. It's helpful to spice up the show. It's helpful to have these things. Now, I have these things on something called a Stream Deck, which I just push a button and the right thing happens. Most of the time, if you didn't see the intro today, because the intro today was a little odd, but I can push a button, get one of these sound effects to play at my command. Now you can do the same thing with your keyboard if you don't want to order expensive, crazy equipment like I do. You can do the same thing with your keyboard. You can kind of have things maybe on another screen and kind of push that. Or if you are doing a pre-recorded video, it's even easier to drop that sound effect in. But I have a couple of types of sound effects on my video to spice it up. One of that is, of course, the intro music. You hear this every time I go on the air. It's this. I'm not going to play the whole thing. But it's that. How did I get that? What happened there? Because you don't want to use music that somebody else owns, you'll totally get capped on, on YouTube, on wherever else they sleuth out these things. You don't want to use somebody else's music. It's bad. So I went ahead and I found a music composer student that was a great friend of mine, Zach. And I said, dude, I need something that is kind of rock and roll, but also, that 70s song, Kung Fu, everybody's Kung Fu fighting. And he's like, okay. And for $100, I got my very own lead-in music. I got my very own cool little ninja tune. Okay. It was not expensive. You could probably go on places like Fiverr and things like that, where people are, people are advertising their services for composition and things like that. You could also do that if you wanted some theme music, but I've got theme music, and that is something that I really love it. It kind of is the glue. It sort of ties everything together. I use it. I also cut that. It's about 45 seconds of music. Sometimes I'll cut that up into little parts and use those for transition scenes too. That is all coolness as well. So having a theme, that's absolutely icing on the cake. It's not something you need to start out with, but work toward these things. Listen, if you're listening to me and you're going, oh, I'm never going to have the money, I'm never going to have the time, why would I do that? Here's why you would do that. It makes you stand out. But if you put that in your mind, I don't have the money, I don't have the time. If you put that in your head, it'll be true, man. Seriously. But if you say, that's something I would really love to work toward it, how would I do it if I had the time and the money right now? And you just write down a plan, a list of steps. I don't care. Toss it in your Evernote, toss it on a notepad, write it on crayon on your wall. I don't care. If you have a plan to approach these things, you will find that you will get the opportunity to do them. Anyway, that was totally a side rant. Back to the good stuff. So I've got theme music. Theme music is super cool, awesome, and wonderful. I also have little interstitial sound effects, like for when we have celebrations going on in that one didn't quite match up with how long the video was. I'm working on it, kids. But little interstitial sound effects that you can play either during a live stream or you can drop in a pre-recorded video just to spice things up, just to get people to listen. Your lead-in music is awesome. Thank you, sir. I really love it. I've been using it for years and it just makes me so ridiculously happy. So little sound effects, perhaps like this when a red alert is going on, which when I'm calling out some things that people are doing that you might not want to do, it's nice to have the sound effect in concert with another thing. I've collected enough off of the internet and off of Audio Hero here, which we're going to look at in a minute. I've collected enough so that when I put up different alerts,
all crew to battle stations,
that I've got different things that I can play. So you can go crazy with this. If this is your jam, make a sandwich. You know what I'm saying? Let's make it happen. So let's go over to Audio Hero for a sec. And this is where I want to show you. Let's see here. We're going to move me because I am clearly in the way. All right. Here we go, folks. So here's Audio Hero. This is, it's audiohero.com. If you type that in the internet, it'll take you there. This is something that like kind of professional people use. Some professional people use this. You'll see that on the little intro here. You're seeing a bunch of people with a bunch of equipment drinking coffee. That is code for I make video for a living. Tell me I'm wrong, Justin James. All right. So I drank too fast. Okay. Now you'll see if you read on the screen there, free trial 30 days. Cool stuff. If you stay beyond the free trial, they've also got like a $10 plan for 50 sound effects a month. That's a lot of sound effects. Or they've got like a $20 plan for 100. That's awesome stuff too. But you can get some sound effects free right now. Now, listen to me carefully. Royalty free, that it's okay to stream with sound effects. Okay. It's very important. Why is this very important? You do not want to get slammed by some kind of person coming down on you for using their stuff. We've already talked about that. But sometimes it just happens and you're like, what? Really? That cartoon horn noise that I've been using is somebody else's? I used to, and I'm doing this show today because I used to go on the internet and just have a heck of a time finding good stuff that I knew that I could use again without penalty, without anybody coming down on me. And I ended up hooking into Audio Hero because I found them on AppSumo. I think it was one of those end of year deals or something like that. But let's go ahead and get out of that because that's a little repetitive here. They've got 300,000 things here in Audio Hero. This is like, whoa. It's an awful lot, and it's super cool to have that kind of, I can look up anything at any time. I can just pop it in the search bar and see what they come up with for me and download it, have it ready to use like in a minute. That's a big deal. That's a lot of tracks, especially if you are getting started with a show or you are doing, some video or whatever. That's a lot. And it's really, really helpful. Now, some people may need deeper libraries. Totally great. But for me, I really don't. So there's a couple kinds of things here up at the top: music search and sound effects search. So you can search for those things separately. You can find music, theme music. You don't have to have it made like I did. I just wanted something that was all mine, baby. I guess I was doing that. I was treating myself. That's what I was doing. Anyway, so let's pop through this and see how easy it is to do. So, lots of things in here, obviously. Easy listening, corporate. They've got some news, drama, and film scores. I love that kind of stuff a lot. It tells you how long it is. Like this one, easy listening, carefree world, right? That's 3 minutes, 37 seconds long. You're never going to need anything that long, but what you want to do, if you're searching for some music for your show, you just find something that you can cut up a little bit, that you can use the start and maybe a couple of pieces in the middle, and maybe something on the end. Maybe you want to use the whole thing. Maybe you're doing a video and you want some bass music playing in the background. Great. Awesome. Good stuff. My point being that these things can be used, and especially if it's theme music, used over and over and over again. So lots of things in here for that. Of course, the search bar. I'm not going to teach you how to use that. I know y'all know how to use that already. Sound effects and elements. This is where I spend most of my time in Audio Hero, because this is where I grab those little teeny clips. This is where I grab those things that I'm often playing on the show. Here's one from Audio Hero. I love that one. I just love Queen. And I have that in there because I like to talk a lot on the show about participation, about getting your audience to engage with you and audience participation. And the stomp, stomp, clap is like the pinnacle example of audience participation. You know, the dudes that created Queen sometimes are sitting in sports auditoriums and they they hear people starting to stomp clap to a song that they wrote 30 years ago or so. Don't check the math. Anyway, um so lots of stuff that you can find in here. I found that on here. My ta-da comes from here. My crickets that I play every once in a while. I found them on here. So there's an awful lot of stuff. Listen, you can search, of course, over on the side. They've got some search stuff for you if you just gonna go for a genre or something, or go for a certain length. Great stuff. I found it really easy to use. And just super simple to rescue what I need and get on with my life. And again, they've got a 30-day free trial going on. I don't know what the limits are on download on that thing, but why not give it a shot? These are the things that start to kind of pimp out your show. These are the things that start to make your show stand out from everybody else's. And my friend, don't you want to stand out? We all want to stand out. We all want to appear a cut above. We all want to get above the noise of the crowd, right? I just talked about the noise of the crowd. This is a different noise of the crowd. This is marketing noise, which marketing noise is a different problem altogether. So we all want to stand above the crowd. We all want to have stuff that is like amazing, that people go, how did you do that? That people go, wow, I never thought of that. That's who we want to be. We don't want to be the same old as everybody else. One of the tiny little touches that you can do is sound effects. There are many more things that you can do to video that makes it cool and interactive. I love video. I'm not a producer by any means. If you need a producer, call that Justin guy, hook up with him. For me, what I like about all of this is that I can put the videos in my chatbots. And when I do that, when I take some of these, put them in my chatbots, or when I take some of them and cut them up and put them into media, that it just automatically helps me stand above the crowd, and it gets me noticed in a way that I wouldn't be noticed if I were just sitting here talking to you for an hour, being a talking head. People are more tired of talking heads right now than they've ever been in their whole lives, because we've gone remote. With the pandemic, we've gone remote. So finding a way to stand out above the crowd right now, do that thing, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be sound effects. Although, seriously, if you get them for free, let me toss I'm going to toss the Audio Hero homepage link in here for you guys, if that is something that you want to. Okay. It's doing a thing for me right here that I don't want it to do. Let me get back to the actual homepage. There we go. Very good. I'm going to toss that link in here for you guys, and you can take advantage of that at will. It's great stuff. I don't know how their customer service is. I have actually never needed their customer service because, they're great. But something to think about. How are you going to stand out today? How are you going to stand above the noise that's out there today? Because we've all been going online. That means a lot of people who weren't doing stuff before are doing stuff now. So the marketplace is even more crowded. How do you stand above the noise? Here is one way to do that. I love adding sound effects. I love adding little overlays. I love adding stuff to my show. It makes me feel awesome and amazing when I do that because I get to play, you know. I get to play with creativity and imagination every single day. I own my own business. That's what we do, right? We're creative problem solvers. No matter what we do for a living, we're creative problem solvers. So get a hold of some sound effects if you want. If you want professional, awesome producing, go see Justin. He's a buddy of mine. And yeah, that's my show for today. Just wanted to show you that little cool tip and trick for the next 2 weeks. Usually on Thursdays we do tips and tricks. For the next 2 weeks, I'm actually going to have some guests on here. They're going to talk to you about what they do. Both of them, I met both of them the other day, and they have some really cool stuff on the internet. So I'm going to introduce those to you for the next 2 Thursdays. Tomorrow, of course, we're going to do our Friday Win show. That's right. Friday wins. If you've had a win this week, I want you to come and report it to me in the comments on the Friday Win show. Why do I want you to do that? Because I want to hear it and I want to celebrate you. I want to celebrate you because, baby, it's time. It's time we took a little bit more celebration for ourselves. Celebrate what we're doing in our businesses, in our personal lives. If it's big, if it's small, I don't care. You know, I will talk about it if you put it in the comments. So I'm here. I'm here to celebrate you. I'm here to shed a little light, give some hope to my community, and lead. Because we have never needed leaders more than we need them right now. So, hey, speaking of community and leaders, we launched something this week, people. We launched something and it is super cool. It is the Engagement Rocket Ship community. I wanted to build a community where we could collectively, we could test engagement marketing. We could give each other stuff to look at and to do and to exchange ideas. Here it is. I read a book a long time ago, Where Good Ideas Come From by Stephen Johnson. Wow, that's quite a book. Anyway, in that book, he talks about how when people have great ideas and they're separated by time and distance, then those ideas never get to bounce off each other. Ideas really take flight. Ideas really launch when people are having them in close proximity to each other, and they have a place to share and they have a place to review stuff and look at stuff. That's why I created this community. We are going to launch our engagement marketing. We are going to do it together. And I want to invite you. I've got a deal going on. Of course, I've got an early bird deal going on because you know what? I really appreciate when people have initiative and they want to take advantage of things. So I am going to toss this link in the comments as well. This link is for you. Come check out what we've got. Come check it out because I believe that if I can get some people together, some people who are committed to creating more engaging marketing, then that is going to start something. It's going to start something big. It's going to start something cool, and you can be a part of it. All you have to do, go look at the page. It's $7 a month. That's a couple of cups of coffee. And what it's going to do is provide you a testing ground. It's going to provide you a place to ask questions. It's going to provide you a place to get involved in engagement marketing. Not the same old stuff we've done forever, but engagement marketing, people. It's a new revolution. It's a new landscape. And I'm waiting there. I'm waiting there for you. So tune in tomorrow. Check out that page. And thank you for joining me today. It's just been a really great show. I'm so glad that y'all are a part of my life. You know what? Life is better when you guys are a part of it. It just really is. And thank you for taking your time. Other people's time is a privilege. Thank you for taking your time today. I'm going to play my music on the way out, and I'll see you all in a bot.